Welcome back. Leanne Maxwell and Carrie King are friends as well as business partners. They've each had other jobs. Leanne once ran a Freddie Mac foreclosure department, and Carrie worked in marketing for the hotel and cable industries. But somewhere along the way, they decided to follow a different path, one that took them from crafting corporate careers to crafting vodka. We explore how they managed to get from point A to point B in today's Executive Profiles with Ed Baker.
So this is a terrifically fun story of how this all started.
It's a good story.
And let's begin there. Let's begin at the beginning with how do you start a product called Vixen Vodka? My heavens.
We were girls that went on a beach trip and drank a little too much. There's a saying that about alcohol, because no good story starts with a salad. And we were drinking vodka and thought we could do it better. We said, maybe we should start our own. What would we call it? And Carrie said, we would call it Vixen. And I said, that's a really good name. Surely it's taken, but it wasn't. So we came home from the beach and took actionable steps to own the name, did the logo. My ex-husband is our creative director. So we called him and told him we were starting a vodka company called Vixen and asked him if he'd do the logo for free. And he said, I'm seeing legs. So we called our friend over and had her picture taken and sent it to Eddie, and he made the logo. So we always say we're a brand about real women all the way down to the legs on the logo.
You've got a brand name and you got a creative director, but you don't have a product.
You're exactly right. We did everything. We created the brand before we made one drop of vodka.
Do you have an affection for potatoes?
No, we had an affection for it being gluten-free.
Ah.
And so that was our edict to our distiller. Our distiller is in Denver.
How do you find a distiller?
There was a lot of phone calls, a lot of Googling, a lot of references back and forth between people in the industry that we knew. And these guys were recommended to us, and we went up to visit them. And of course, they use Rocky Mountain spring water, so it's clean, very clean water. The base is corn, so it's a gluten-free base, and then there still is glass. So there's no impurities in the still. It's 5 times distilled, and that's why it's dangerously delicious.
I mean, how many taste tests do you go through to say this
great.
works?
Actually, we sat at Leanne's house and did blind taste tests of tons of different vodkas made from different bases to figure out what we truly liked as a base. Because they're made from wheat, potatoes, corn, there's so many different types. So we sat and blind taste tested one night for a really long time.
Just the two of you?
Yeah, we had some help because we had people, because we had to know, we couldn't know what we were drinking, so we had people serving us, no labels. But that's really where we were able to narrow down and realize that a corn base is truly what spoke to us and spoke to our palate as a woman.
Then how do you sell it?
The important thing is to find someone, because you have to sell liquor through a distributor. And it is a very male-dominated industry. And so the important thing for us was to find distributors who, not about the two wacky Southern women, but about, oh, it's just another vodka. That's the challenge we come up against every day, is no, we're not just another vodka. The vodka's the last thing we talk about. Our brand, I laugh and say Sarah Blakely uses pantyhose, we're using vodka, but we really have the same message, which is to empower women, to make women more confident, to inspire women to go for their it, whatever their it is, because this was our it. We went for it. It was our why not moment.
How's it going?
We're doing really well.
Yeah.
We're in Georgia. We're in over 350 locations in Georgia. We've only been on the shelves a year, so we feel like that has been we've had a lot of success here.
And what kind of response are you receiving?
We've been receiving an amazing response, and that's what I kind of wanted to talk about, even though she's director of marketing, a little bit of what we do in terms of marketing, because it is just us, and we don't have one of the big boys behind us. So we've had to be very selective about what we do in marketing, and our demographic, which is women 28 to 54, they don't really hang out in the clubs and the bars. They're at-home drinkers. We call Vixen the drink of girls' night in. So what we have been doing, and we're going to continue to do in other markets, is going to where women are. We go to salons, we go to spas, we go to boutiques, we go to book clubs, to golf tournaments, to tennis tournaments, and that's where we speak to women.
Beyond the big surprise of all this, what's been the biggest surprise for the two of you? That it's as real as it is, or is hard as it is or fun as it is? What is it?
Our aha moment was actually seeing it on the shelves. And, you know, seeing an idea, a name that sprang out of her head and an idea that I took to fruition, to be up on a shelf and say that came from just an idea on a girls' beach trip.
So in conclusion, what's the big inspirational message for entrepreneurs, for female entrepreneurs, for people who dream?
Go for it. And I know everyone has a fear of failure. We all have fears of failure. We have a fear of failure every day. But to me, a bigger fear is the fear of never trying.
Well, congratulations to the two of you.
Thank
I think it's just a
you.
wonderful story, and it just proves once again that if you have a big idea and you can really execute and have the conviction that you can produce a very interesting product.
Vixen Vodka currently sells in 6 states, including Colorado, and the company recently launched VixenShoppingBag.com, where consumers can buy hats, t-shirts, and other assorted items. And to see the extended version of this interview, log on to atlantabiz.biz and click on Web Extras.